Hey friends, and welcome back to another Embroider with Me video. So, as you know, it's still Halloween, guys. You keep coming back, and it's still Halloween. I'm still doing Halloween things. So, today what we're going to work on is we're going to learn how to applique with vinyl. And I'm not talking about that heat transfer vinyl. You actually can embroider with it. We're going to do it in a different video. But we're actually going to embroider with vinyl. And I'm talking about the my Punkbroidery vinyl. I'm talking about like this kind of vinyl. It is embroidery vinyl. And it is washable. Because if you purchase from my Punkbroidery, they actually test it to make sure it holds up to the stitching. To make sure it doesn't perforate when satin stitches are made on it, and they also make sure that it's machine washable and it can hold up. So they actually do a lot of rigorous testing before they actually offer it to you for sale. So fun fact, you can actually go to them and get stuff for applique. You can use them to make vinyl felties, and you can use them to applique on stuff, which is really cool. So I'm going to show you how to do that today with a little split pumpkin design that I have for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we go. I have the thread for the first step loaded, which is going to be our stem, and it's going to be the vine of the pumpkin. Okay, so the next step is going to be the placement stitching for our split pumpkin. So since it doesn't really matter what color the thread is, because we won't see it, our pumpkin will sit on top of it, I'm just going to go ahead and use the same color that I used on the stem. Okay, so the next part is we're going to actually take our vinyl. I'm using vinyl this time. And we're going to run a tack down stitch to hold it down one piece at a time. I'm going to stop it midway before it switches to the other one. Alright, like I said, I went ahead, I manually stopped this. It's not a stop in the design because I'm going to put my second vinyl piece under this bottom stitching. Make sure you have a piece that's big enough to cover and that you cover all the stitches. And don't forget, if you are not comfortable holding it, please do a tape down. Tape down your fabrics, folks. Okay, now our tack down stitch has happened. So what I need you to do is get your favorite applique scissors and make sure that you cut as close as you can to the bean stitching without cutting the stitches. So remember, take your time, move slowly, do this at your own pace. This is not a race. Go ahead and let's meet back when you're done. Okay, so we have cut out our pumpkin and our vinyl. Again, cut as close as we could without busting our stitches. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to stitch out all the rinds of the pumpkin in a satin stitch, as well as the outline of the pumpkin. Okay, so the final step in our pumpkin split design is actually going to be the 2 bars that will split our design up. So go ahead and choose the color you want from that and go ahead and change out your thread, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so there you have it. This is the split pumpkin design. At this point, we have stitched out all the steps that come with the split pumpkin design file from my Etsy shop. So since I am not done personally, I went ahead on my own and I created some satin stitching with a font that I did myself. This is not for sale in my shop. Fonts are in the future, but I'm currently working out how fonts work, so this is just simply a test for myself, and I'm gonna let you see what it looks like when you add a name to this design. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my thread out. I've chosen black, and we're gonna go ahead and embroider a name onto our split pumpkin design. Okay, so here it is. This is our finished design with a name added to it. I just wanted to show you how to do this, even though we've already gone over split designs, because I wanted you to know that you can applique with things that are not just cotton fabric. And using something like this promo vinyl does give like a layer of depth to it, and it kind of makes the pumpkin look raised because it is a thicker fabric and it is a thicker material than just simple cotton, because cotton's pretty thin. So this gives it a nice little like raised texture, and I really like it, and I think it came out really nice. If you also make this split pumpkin design, please tag me on Instagram at Drea Designs. I would love to see how you made this pumpkin your very own.